decisions, decisions, decisions. Will Luis Ortiz take that fight? Will he sign the dotted line against AJ at Madison Square Garden June 1st? Will he or will he not? We will know by today because the deadline is today. Okay, the deadline is Tuesday the 23rd, 2019. The day is the day for Luis Ortiz to say what he needs to say. Now, initially, they did say they don't have enough time. Let me counterpunch that. That's bullshit, okay? He fought Deontay Wilder in 5 weeks' notice. So you get 6 weeks and you're not ready for Joshua, okay? So if that's true, if you believe that you're not ready from Joshua in 6 weeks, that's telling me one thing. Well, two things. Two possible things. One, that you're afraid to fight Anthony Joshua. Or, two, Anthony Joshua is a much, much better opponent than Deontay Wilder to you guys, in you guys' opinion. Because if you state that you need more time than Anthony Joshua and only needed 5 weeks for Deontay Wilder, that should tell us a lot. And the question would be now, well, damn, how much time would you need, ideally, against Anthony Joshua, since 6 weeks is not enough? You know what I mean? See, because when you say, oh, it's not enough time, well, give us the amount of time. When you say there's not enough time and then you leave nothing behind, oh, ain't enough time. Well, how much would enough time be? Because a lot of people would say, man, I can understand if I had about 8 weeks to train, 2 more weeks on that, or 9 weeks to train. You know, what would it be? If there's no date or weeks that were added to make your fighter ready, ideally, that means you really weren't serious about making that fight. That was just an excuse. That excuse answer you go to, nah, ain't enough time. That's my excuse. Because it's not a reason at that point. Because the reason would be, well, the reason is we don't have enough time. Because we normally take 7-8 weeks. But, mind you, on top of that, Luis Ortiz is supposed to always be in the gym. So that flaws that altogether anyway. Now, I know there's different types of training because Vladimir Klitschko does different types of training, not just in the gym, track and field, swimming, etc. But, you know, you see Ortiz, he's always in the gym. You rarely ever see him post a picture on Instagram or Facebook that he's not in the gym. You know what I mean? And again, that might be based on propaganda. It might be something that someone's trying to make you think, some narrative that Luis Ortiz is always in the gym, and in reality he's not. He's just chilling with his family and his kids, which is okay. But at the same time, don't push that and don't make people think that, because they're thinking, you know what, Ortiz is always ready, like Deontay claims, right? He vouched for him like, oh, he's always ready. Luis Ortiz is always ready. Cool. If Luis Ortiz is always ready, that means he's ready to fight this fight, Madison Square Garden, June 1st. He has up until, depends on where we're at. I'm in Central Time. Okay, so it depends on how much he really wants it. And if he doesn't want it, you know, the other question is, can he take it? Because, you know, there's been rumors that Al Heyman blocks fighters, which has really been proven to be true. Because these guys are loyal. They're stopped 2 ways, physically or mentally. Meaning, physically you can't do it. We're gonna pull some Don King shit, and you might get in some kind of strange accident. You know what I mean? Because you decided to sign some papers with somebody else because you really belong to me, right? Or mentally, you're brainwashed into think like, oh, I'm loyal, like Deontay Wilder is, or somebody like that, or Danny Garcia. These guys that bank and just trust in this particular advisor, quote unquote, promoter, manager, and everything else below that, right? And you think that you will never have to do anything else with any other promoter or manager besides Al Heyman. Those are the only 2 ways that can be stopped, or Luis Ortiz can be stopped from taking this money. But again, realistically, Luis Ortiz should take this fight. You know, I'm not one of those guys that tell you like, oh, he's ducking Luis Ortiz, because I used to think that. But if you look at how everything is and how, you know, as time told us all, that's simply not true. Luis Ortiz had so many opportunities, or had more than one opportunity. Now he has another one this year. To this day, he has an opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua. So if them saying 6 weeks is not enough time, that's just simply BS, and they don't want that fight. You know, based on whatever Al Heyman or whoever has promised them, it doesn't matter at this point. Because we're not talking about someone else. We're talking about this. In this moment, this is what we have. Okay? So this is what's available for Luis Ortiz. Damn what happens to Deontay Wilder. You know, and like I told you guys, in boxing, you're banking on someone that has an upcoming fight. Oh, well, I'll fight him after he fights someone else. That is not guaranteed. I keep telling people that. So if Luis Ortiz, if Jay Jimenez, if this guy talks Luis Ortiz out of taking this money, because it's not even really Luis Ortiz's call. You got to think about it. Luis Ortiz, if you talk to him in an interview, Jay Jimenez is talking for him. You know, he states that, hey, whoever my manager in us, whatever my manager decides for us to do, that's what we're going to do. So it's not really Luis Ortiz at the end of the day. He's just a guy throwing the punches in the ring. He's not even dictating his own career. And he is one of those rare guys at the on that side of the street that says, I have my career in my own hands. No, he just says, well, if my manager thinks it's a good idea, we're going to do it. Those are the words of Luis Ortiz. So it's basically up to his team as a unit to make this type of fight. And if enough money comes across, you know, if they offer him, because I heard all $8 million bullshit. They're not going to give Luis Ortiz $8 million. That ain't going to happen. Hearn, I mean, they might have some leverage, but with Hearn, I don't think Hearn would bend to that level simply because Hearn knows he has other fighters out there that would take less. It's business. You still got Andy Ruiz out there. You still got Michael Hunter out there. And he doesn't have to give them $8 million to fight Anthony Joshua. He might give them half that. Half that. He may give him $4 million. The guarantee for Deontay Wilder, right? In his last fight with Fury, right? They might give him that amount. And they will take it, run with it. Okay, bye-bye Luis Ortiz. You asked for too much money. Or Luis Ortiz's team. So, they might offer him 5. And if he gets 6, take it. Run with it. That's $1 million per week that would prepare you for a fight with Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? You're making $1 million a week. Right? And getting, and then because that prepares you for the fight with AJ. And I would like to see that fight. But again, we will see. And I will give you guys an update tomorrow or today if he decides to take the fight. Of course, guys, tell me what you think about Luis Ortiz in this situation with Anthony Joshua, with this offer. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.